They dried. It looks great. I'm down here taking apart these forms. So there's these windowsills here, and on top we noticed they weren't painted and they're actually wood. So Emily's busting out the sander and she's gonna take the orbital sander to these and uncover this beautiful wood here. Wow. That looks amazing. And then everything else is gonna be white in this room, except for this back wall, is that right? This back wall is gonna be sort of like a teal.
And maybe that wall.
And maybe this wall. And then so we have white, teal, and wood. So everything just kind of goes together nice. This might actually look nice sanded too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do all of that.
The door frames and everything too.
So while Emily makes that room really nice, I'm in here in the bedroom again. This is pretty much the only wall that doesn't need a lot of work. Every other wall has this gross paneling on it that needs to be covered up or taken off. Yesterday we saw how hard it was to take this stuff off. So now I'm going to attempt to just putty over it and sand it down once this is dry and then paint it. So we'll see how that goes.
So we decided to take these off because there was just no way of sanding in there. But these will only just need a quick sand with the clamps that I bought yesterday on the old orbital out in the garage. The trim is off of these windows, but that doesn't mean that this window is done and ready to paint yet. It means that there are lots of silicone and paint in the corners, which is hard to get out. I'm using a combination of a kitchen knife, because I can't find my X-Acto knife, and a sanding block. And this one has a bit of a straight edge, so you can really kind of just get in there and grind away. What I'm finding is working really well though, is just searching for those lines. So cutting a line in and then sort of just using the tip of the knife and peeling away. Because a lot of this is silicone that's covered in paint. And yeah. Not bad there. I should have finished scraping and sanding this area before I started puttying. Now if I sand, all this stuff's gonna get stuck in this putty because it takes a while to dry. So I'm just going to not do that. It's just taking forever to get this bedroom done. It's a ton of work to make this look flat, make this look good, but hopefully it'll all be worth it. So let's get to work here. I'm gonna putty what I can and then let it dry and sand.
I don't understand why you're thinking of me. You had me at alone. I don't understand why you're thinking of me. You had me at alone. I don't understand why you're
Double coated.
Puttying is done for today. It's getting dark, but I've wanted to do this for a few days. I haven't really taken a look at the property in the way that I actually want to. I'm going to use the shovel and dig a hole and take a look at the soil. And I also want to start collecting some materials that are just naturally found here. One of them is leaves. I'm going to use that as my brown layer in compost. And the other is grass clippings. There's a ton of grass clippings on our property because the previous owners left the grass maybe up to here, and we just got it cut. So, and he left it all on the lawn. So I just got to collect it. I'm gonna pile it up, make a big pile that's gonna start decomposing on its own. And then whenever I need to add that into, you know, the actual compost where there's kitchen scraps, I can take a, you know, shovel full of leaves and mix it together and have that readily available. So I'm collecting it now because once it starts freezing, none of these materials will be available. So they have to be stored, and that's what we're doing right now. Oh man, all day with the stickers that don't rip off. It's like the third thing that I've had that happen to.
Wow, you're a power raker.
Oh, this is a big line here. All of this is full of carbon and nitrogen. You know, this green grass, that's why you put a lot of nitrogen fertilizer on your lawn, is because that's what it uses to grow. This is great stuff to be added to the garden, to be composted. You know, you want all of this to be put back into your food system. And we got to do what we can, because I've got a feeling the soil isn't good here. So we're going to have to amend it quite a bit. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the soil if we can. Oh, not bad. I thought I was expecting hit some more resistance than that. Oh, this is promising. Oh, I'm bad at a circle though. So this will let us look at the layers of soil. If we can pop this out. So we're not getting much layering actually. So let's see. So it holds together, but it falls apart. That's kind of a good sign of something. It's a little, feels a little compacted actually, which is probably just from it not being, you know, utilized by plants with big roots or anything like that. A little bit of rocks, some minerals, some sand for sure. Definitely lots of sand. Lots of rocks. Oh, that's promising so far. Damn. That's much better than I actually expected, because when we were here in the summer, I guess because it was so dry, the soil looked super compacted and crappy. But this is not bad at all. Emily's ripping on the piles. The other day when the landscaper was here, he actually knocked over our bat box. And it was so rotten, it just like flew right out. So I'm digging a new hole to put it in. And about a foot down, I came onto this, which, as you can see, holds its shape really well. And it holds moisture in it, and it's clay. So we have clay in our property. If we wanted to take some of this out, if we could find a spot with you know, a bit more, we could build an oven out of it. You could build a house out of it if you wanted to. So it's a pretty great building material. Ready? You can let go.
Do you want me to like guide it in better, or?
I can't do this. Can you come help?
Yeah.
Okay, let's walk backwards.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. No, we can't do that.
I'm gonna need some burly men to help you.
Yeah, a bunch of burly men. We're gonna need a few more people to help us with that one. When I was in the motorhome, I was just kind of, you know, grabbing everything that I needed. I'm doing a video shoot tomorrow, so I needed to grab a bunch of that stuff. I grabbed a bunch of my clothes, and it kind of hit me that I was like, oh, it's taking me a while to sort of move out of the motorhome, because it's actually like, it really felt like a home. Like Emily and I lived there for like a year. And it's the closest thing I've ever had to a home until now. And this place sort of is like still only just starting to feel like something that's ours. Like right now it's still a crazy mess, and it's still chaos, and it still needs to be understood and sort of Like I don't feel fully comfortable here. So the motorhome, I'm sort of stripping it bare, and it's sort of like almost sad to see that kind of disappearing, and now it's not so much a home, it's actually now just like an RV, a motorhome that's just sitting there full of stuff that needs to be dealt with, and sort of just like done, you know, that chapter of our life. Obviously we're going to do trips in the motorhome, but it's going to be like we'll have a set of stuff in the motorhome and a set of things in here so that we can easily go on trips in the motorhome. So it's never going to be what it was. It's never going to have everything that we own, literally all of our possessions in it. It's not going to, it's going to be totally different. So that's been kind of a thing that I've been thinking about. Tomorrow we're going to be driving and checking out a what are we checking out? A commercial wind farm that has this like log cabin on it. I'm going to be shooting a video with the builder of that, and hopefully that goes well. Because if it does, who knows? There's probably more that we can shoot. Might be like a ongoing thing, but maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Either way, I'm talking about tomorrow. So see you guys then.